ज्ञान दिया, उनका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया है। ओवर टू पॉइंट।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, बहुत बहुत आभार आप सभी का। मैं आप सभी को पुनः स्वागत करता हूं, पुनः हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूं। टुडे वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग वर्ल्ड टूरिज्म डे, यूनिक डे डेफिनेटली, and it is absolutely related to AYUSH or AYUSH. In our infrastructure in India, our hospitals can be occupied with medical tourism and palliative care, as I am repeatedly communicating my sentiments to the society. Very important factor, we have enough infrastructure to cater the need of medical services through our AYUSH, because allopathy is available everywhere. So anybody can take allopathy treatment in his country or his state only. But for 200 countries except India are looking for the cheaper option, better option, safer option, and non-toxic option for their illness, in which our AYUSH is perfect. Medical tourism previously focused to Kerala only. At present also, in my opinion, Kerala is only the state which is promoting medical tourism by really big efforts. Other states, I don't know why they are missing this opportunity. Recently, Government of India has launched 2 schemes. I know I am not aware of those, but definitely those schemes, Heal by India and Heal in India. These schemes will definitely boost the occupying capacity of Ayurvedic hospitals everywhere in India. And definitely, as foreigners are looking for safe, calm, peaceful environment, our AYUSH colleges in remote villages will also be occupied with this medical tourism. So thank you very much. Thank you Ish ji, thank you Mohsen Sahib, thank you Sakat ji, one from Mauritius, one from our heart, Delhi, and one from Canada. Both all will explain us, all will guide us that what government is thinking and how medical tourism can be increased. I am really grateful to all 3 speakers that with short notice, they have agreed our proposal. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Professor V.K. Agnihotri sir for his brief preamble.
Thank you, Professor Pawan Sharma ji. I am really lucky enough to have such great speakers of today, second webinar, having the topic of World Tourist Day. How AYUSH can be useful, or what role AYUSH is maintaining or can perform. Of course, it's the International Day, and when I think of it, I think the first tourist of not our country or not of world, but rather an intra-universe tourist had been, to my opinion, Naradji. Naradji is supposed to, not only he was a whole soul in charge of media, but at the same time, today also I remember him being a intra-universe tourist. और इसके लिए हम वैदिक काल, आपने अभी भी कहा कि हमारा आयुष डिपार्टमेंट टूरिज्म को इस हिसाब से बढ़ावा दे रहा है कि सबको स्वास्थ्य मिले, और वही काम वैदिक वाणी करती है, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः। और इसके लिए भी प्राणी मात्र की तकलीफ नहीं देख पाते थे, इस चराचर में पृथ्वी पर कौन कष्ट में है, कौन दुखी है, ऐसे करके चर्चा में भागवत की शुरुआत होती है, और तब नारद जी पूछते हैं कि आप क्यों रो रही हो, एंड ऑन। एक तो वो हुए। नीचे उतर के हम आते हैं तो त्रेता युग में मैं समझता हूँ एक तरफ भगवान राम जो हैं वो टूरिस्ट की श्रेणी में आते हैं, जो अयोध्या भारत उत्तर प्रदेश से चल के और श्रीलंका तक पहुंचे त्रेता युगीन। और इसके अलावा जो हनुमान जी थे उनको इंटरनेशनल वीजा प्राप्त था, रूट उनका अपना था, वाहन वो स्वयं थे और वो टूरिज्म अच्छे से पूरा बढ़ावा देते थे। उनके लिए उनको सूचित करने भर की समय रहता था कि कहाँ जाना है, कहाँ से औषधि लानी है, कहाँ से वैद्य को उठा के लाना है, कब उन्होंने समुद्र पार करना है, क्या करना है। केवल उनके एडवाइजर, उनके मेंटर, उनके मार्गदर्शक होने चाहिए। ये एक बहुत बड़ी चीज हुआ करती। इसके बाद हम ये जीवित शरीर में देखने के अलावा हम और भी बहुत से टूरिस्ट देख पाते हैं, और जिसमें आती हैं हमारी सबसे पहले माता गंगा। माता गंगा जी गोमुख से अपना टूर शुरू करती हैं और आपके वे ऑफ बंगाल तक जाती हैं। हम उनको टूरिस्ट क्यों ना माने, वो इंटर स्टेट टूरिस्ट की प्रोपाइटर रही हैं। और हमारी सारी भारत की नदियां, चाहे महानद हो, यमुना जी हो, साबरमती हो, एक सिरे से चलती हैं दूसरे सिरे तक जाती हैं। और केवल चलती नहीं है, केवल जल की मात्रा लेकर नहीं जाती हैं, दे कैरी विद देम द सिविलाइजेशन, the crop, the possibilities of the all sort of livingness वो देती हैं। तो हमारे आज गेस्ट स्पीकर्स हमें बहुत सारे टूरिज्म, और जो ऐसे प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी कर रहे थे, भारत सरकार ने क्या किया है, एक वो उन्होंने आयुष वीजा जो दिया है ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, वो जो डिक्लेयर किया है कि आयुष ट्रीटमेंट लेने के लिए अगर इंडिया कोई आता है उसके लिए वीजा मिलने की बात आई है। तो बहुत सारी चीजें हम सुनने जा रहे हैं अपने अधिकारियों, अपने आज के गेस्ट स्पीकर से। तो मैं फिर से एक बार सबको आई वेलकम right from say our full platform to Saket Basu ji, Professor E. Sharma Saab, Mohsen Deloi sir, और Madam Paru ji, Professor Lakshmikant Dwivedi ji, और Samir Ahmed Saab, और all the rest, Ramesh Pawar Saab, Adharaniya Dova ji, Emma Malini ji, Ashik Munshi ji, everybody is here, and Sutapa Vardhan ji, all our guests are here to listen from our guest speaker. Thank you so much, and over to Professor Pawan Sharma.
Thank you very much. As per the sequence, I would like to request Dr. E. Sharma from Mauritius for Ayurveda, and really Dr. Mohsen Delvi also exclusively prepared for Unani touring. Excellent. So Ayurveda, Unani, everybody will guide us. E. Sharma.
Namaskar, sir. Very good evening to all, and thank you very much, IRES, Pavanji Agnihotri, sir, for this opportunity. And I have been undertaking this Ayurveda tourism, if I exactly recall, since 2005. And 2005 was the first time when I went to Europe. And what we started was, we started preparing some study modules for general public in European countries. Those were like smaller modules and larger as well. I very well remember, like, there is one course which is going on still for last like 20 years, is a 4-year study where you have to be interacting with the Ayurveda teachers like me for 18 days every year. That is 9 weekends and a Saturday and 9 Saturdays and 9 Sundays, and 1 Saturday or 1 Sunday means you have to be with us for like 8 hours of a class, like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. is one class in a single stretch with with 2 small tea breaks and 1 lunch break. And we had certain module to cover, certain syllabus to cover, and we were teaching them. And from those students only, once they are our students, once they are learning from us, then they believe more in us, they have more time to interact with us, and that is how this is more believing. If we simply reach out to them as with a commercial approach that, okay, we want to sell you some medicines or we want to have you in India for Panchkarma, this might not be the most believing many a time. That is where when you buy more time with them, you interact more with them, they are more convinced with you, with your talking, with your teaching, then they really believe, okay, Ayurveda can help them. And that is where we used to have them to India for Panchkarma. Later on, we started visiting Singapore and Indonesia. And in Singapore also, we launched 4 study modules, which were like 200 hours each, what we called like Ayurveda massage therapy, herbology, and then 2 more. One was one we called medical yoga. Then we planned medical astrology, but that really could not take off. So then we were teaching students in Singapore also and having them back to India for treatments. And my experience is Panchkarma can be the biggest healer we have got after food, because Ahar is Mahabhaishaj. So we always routed through 4 principles. We would be correcting the dietetics as per Ayurveda, then we would be recommending some after Ahar, then Vihar, that is de-stressing, yoga, exercise, de-addiction, stress management, etc. Followed by some single herbs. We did not practice many herbal preparations or rasa yoga because of like European land. We did not want to land into any controversy, and we somehow trained ourselves in treating without rasaushadhi, which was a great handicap, which was a great like limitation, because rasaushadhis are very powerful and very quick acting. But being in that strange land, we had to go ahead without mercury to be like beyond controversy. That is where we started practicing more with single herbs, not even preparations, not even with combinations. And the last was Panchkarma. We were giving some like doable Panchkarma therapies in Europe and Singapore also. But the most ethical Panchkarma was given when we were having the patients back to India for their treatments. And we had like since 2005, we are regularly having not a huge number, but a very small number, maybe sometimes 2 or 3 patients every year. Sometimes it can be more, like 30, 40 patients every year. But like something from 2 to 40 patients every year had been coming to us up to COVID-19. After COVID, I moved to Mauritius for last 2 years, and now we are doing fresh things over here. So I very strongly believe that more than being our requirement, more than we requiring Ayurveda tourism, the world requires this. Ayurveda is India's gift to the world. And we have to be under Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We have to like take this treasure out to them who need it, who do not know what is Ayurveda, what is Panchkarma. It is our responsibility to reach out to every nook and corner of the world and tell them what this God gift is. How can Ayurveda help them? And a very promising experience was all the patients were covered under insurance in all European countries. I was going to nearly 8 to 9 European countries. The treatments were free, they were world class. Still, they were coming to India where the treatments were not that effective, like because we were not giving chemicals. The treatments would take more time, would give lesser relief, but they were still very much okay. And coming to India was another like a mental agony for them. Most of them came to India for the first time, and when they landed in India, seeing the Indian traffic, the chaotic situation, hygiene, like such a huge population, they were really startled, they were baffled, confused. How can people live like this? But still, now, once they came, because we kind of tricked them coming to India, we showed them a rosy picture, but no, they were repeating. The patients with cancers and long-lasting diseases were given a protocol that you have to come to India to us for like a 45-day Panchkarma or 2 months Panchkarma once every year. So many patients kept coming every year. It was not that they came once by mistake and they never wanted to repeat this mistake. So we had like, and interestingly, when I was the principal at one Ayurveda college in Punjab, Babe Ki Ayurveda College, Moga, Punjab, that was a time when being a foreigner doesn't mean that they have loads of money and they would be giving you dollars and pounds just like that. Sometimes they don't have even what money like an average Indian person could be having. So there have been many Europeans who told me that they are suffering, they want treatment, but they do not have money. And that was the time, and that was the best part of my my overall experience. I would take them to the Ayurveda college, Babeke Ayurveda college. We would admit them. We would charge them negligible, maybe like at the most, maybe 3,000 Indian rupees per month for food, etc. We'll be giving them free treatment. And the most motivating reward was those Europeans who were treated free of cost at an Ayurveda college by my students. So students were like motivated like anything. Okay, this patient has come from Germany or England or Italy for what? For Ayurveda treatment. And some students who were not like very happily motivated, oh, where did we land? We did not get MBBS. Now we are in a wrong education, Ayurveda, kahan fas gaye. So that was an eye opener for them that the patients are coming to seek Ayurveda from every part of the world. And those patients who are treating those Europeans. So that was the most confidence building. And that I believe was like more reward than whatever money I could take from them. So my suggestion to you will be, we have to have an immense faith in our system. We should not ever doubt that, okay, Ayurveda will be helping or not, because yavat nasti nirindriya tavat chikitsa kartavya kalasya kutla gati. So the patient could be into a difficult condition, could be into like something incurable from the Western perspective. So without misleading the patient, at one hand, we have to tell the patient that, okay, you'll be all right. This is just not a problem and don't worry. And we'll just cure you. To boost the patient's morale. On the other hand, at the same time, we have to educate the caregivers, the family members that, okay, this is a difficult situation, but we'll try our best. So I've seen in very difficult conditions, also Panchkarma was of great help, and a very like obvious and upfront changes were noticed in their blood parameters, their clinical symptoms. And we strongly, like in Punjab, I have been telling many of my students who are very happily like venturing to foreign countries and they are doing Ayurveda and they are trying to develop, they are new students, but they are trying to develop Ayurveda tourism where they want to fetch the patients or real Panchkarma because of legal aspects also. You cannot be giving Panchkarma in a country where it is not allowed. And then you are compromising with the herbs because you do not have all the herbs over there and you are making some ends meet and you are taking shortcuts. That is where we develop this module that, okay, we should reach out to them for consultation, for education, for advice, or dietary advice. And to the real patients who require Panchkarma, we should get them to India for Panchkarma treatments. I was very hopeful last year when I heard of something ATAB, something like ATAB from the Ministry of AYUSH, Ayurveda Training Accreditation Board. Now, this is a very powerful tool. I also gave some suggestions to them, but somehow they are still to reply despite one reminder. Because if this Ayurveda Training Accreditation Board under Ministry of AYUSH, if it takes charge, if it really succeeds in empowering everyone delivering Ayurveda, Yoga, Ayush outside India, if ATAB can empower them with certain terms and conditions, the practitioners can be registered, their centers can be registered, their courses can be recognized, with some very basic acceptable minimum standard of a skeleton study modules can be approved. That is where once they're this can be a right beginning, and diet will surely play the biggest role. So diet is the least controversial and it can deliver miraculous results. So my suggestion to the newcomers who want to venture into Ayurveda globally, food can be the most powerful tool. And the second most powerful aspect will be your blind conviction in Ayurveda and your right connection, your right communication skills. I believe you are required everywhere. Like there are only 30 countries which approve Ayurveda, but I'm more than sure that very soon most countries will accept Ayurveda and we will be required in every city world over. Pawanji, maybe some interaction if required.
Thank you very much, EG. Interaction, just two speakers are there. After that, we will go for interaction. Excellent. Please involve us also from India in this teaching. I am with you every time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nicely explained. I didn't know this much is happening abroad. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I would like to request Akim Mohsen Delvi sir. Mohsen ji, Hari Om. Namaskar. Assalamu alaikum. कल आपकी कौन सी ईद है?
ये ईद पता नहीं, ये नई बनाई हुई ईद है। हमारे यहाँ दो होती है ईद, जो कल नहीं है ईद। दिस इज ये पॉलिटिकल गेन्स के लिए लोगों ने ईद उल मिलाद कर दिया इसको। इट्स बेसिकली द बर्थ, इसमें भी
डेवलपमेंट हो सकता है।
इट्स द बर्थ एनिवर्सरी एंड डेथ एनिवर्सरी ऑफ आवर प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम। एंड सो
इसमें ईद मुबारक कह सकते हैं कि नहीं?
नहीं, इसमें नहीं, लेकिन लोग
इसलिए पूछा मैंने, बिकॉज़ जब आपने बर्थ और डेथ दोनों ही बोल दी।
जी, बिकॉज वो ये कहते थे कि बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट करना हमारे यहाँ मना है। वो कहते हैं कि जिस दिन बच्चा पैदा होता है वो है बर्थडे, उस दिन आप खूब दावतें खाएं, खिलाएं, दैट इज द बर्थ। तो और बाकी आप जो सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, इट इज बेसिकली लूजिंग 1 year ऑफ योर लाइफ।
यस।
तो उसको लोगों को दिखाने के लिए दैट यू शुड नॉट सेलिब्रेट, तो इस वजह से आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाई ही डाइड द सेम डे, ताकि लोग सेलिब्रेट ना करें। लेकिन लोग फिर भी बाज नहीं आते, और ये पॉलिटिकल गेन्स के लिए ये हॉलिडे भी डिक्लेयर हो गया और नाम भी इसका ईद मिलादुन नबी हो गया। तो नॉर्मली अब इसमें वही है ना कि सब किस्म के लोग होते हैं, तो आई डोंट वांट टू कमेंट ऑन दिस, नहीं तो कभी पता चला लोग पीछे पड़ गए।
नहीं, मैं तो इसीलिए संकोच में पहले पूछ लिया कि इसमें मुबारकबाद देते हैं कि नहीं देते।
नहीं, दैट हमारे यहाँ मना है मुबारकबाद इसका देने का।
जी, शुक्रिया
जी। चलिए, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर इनवाइटिंग मी। थोड़ा सा स्क्रीन, चलिए, यू आर शेयरिंग द स्क्रीन।
गम मनाते हैं क्या देलवे साहब? गम मनाते हैं क्या?
नहीं, गम भी नहीं मनाते। इट इज नो, बिकॉज गम भी हमारा कहते हैं, गम भी ये कहते हैं कि सिर्फ 3 दिन के शोक होता है हमारे यहाँ। 3 दिन के बाद गम मनाना जो है हमारे यहाँ मना है। तो गम भी नहीं मनाते, ना खुशी मनाते इसकी बर्थडे की। इट इज जस्ट टू बेसिकली रिमेम्बर द प्रॉफिट एंड प्रे द होल डे। यानी इसमें कोई आप सेलिब्रेट नहीं करें, कोई गम नहीं बनाएं। बट लेकिन आजकल जैसे कहते हैं ना, हर सेक्ट्स में भी बंटवारा हो जाता है। एनीवे, आई विल कम बैक टू माय टॉपिक। हील इन इंडिया, हील बाय इंडिया, इसको थोड़ा सा मैंने चेंज करके हील बाय यूनानी, हील इन इंडिया कर दिया मैंने, टू प्रमोट बेसिकली यूनानी टूरिज्म, बिकॉज आयुर्वेदा टूरिज्म काफी पॉपुलर है इंडिया में एज कंपेयर्ड टू यूनानी टूरिज्म। इस पे लोगों ने फोकस नहीं किया, एंड वी वांट समथिंग टू बी डिफरेंट टू entice people to come into India. आयुर्वेदा, जैसे पवन जी ने कहा कि जो आयुर्वेदा इज मोर पॉपुलर टूरिज्म इन केरला। यूनानी को हम प्रमोट करना चाह रहे हैं फ्रॉम केरला टू कश्मीर। कश्मीर में बेसिकली अगर हम देखें, अभी एक वहाँ यूनिवर्सिटी है, उसने आयुष सेंटर खोला है, एंड दे आर नाउ आल्सो रेडी टू प्रमोट मेडिकल टूरिज्म, आयुष मेडिकल टूरिज्म। वहाँ आयुर्वेदा यूनानी दोनों का उन्होंने प्लान बनाया है फॉर दिस सेंटर ऑफ एक्सेलेंस का भी इनका विचार है, वेयर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष इज हेल्पिंग देम आउट। अब मैं थोड़ा सा आ जाता हूँ। यूनानी मेडिसिन रेफर्स टू एन एंशिएंट ग्रीक सिस्टम ऑफ मेडिसिन, जो 2500 साल पहले it originated in Greece as a science. Next, please. Next slide. Like Ayurveda, this is also, Unani is also based on Mizaj temperaments, and it is on 4 akhlaqs and basic teaching of Hippocrates, who is called Bukrat in Arabic, and the Roman physician Galen, who is known as Jalinus in Unani, and developed into an elaborate and holistic medical system by Arabian and Persian physicians. It is also known as Greco-Arabian medicine or traditional Persian medicine. Also in China, it is called Uyghur medicine. In South Africa, it is known as Tib medicine. So it has various nomenclatures, Unani system. Other like Ayurveda is known as Ayurveda throughout the world, but Unani is known by different terms in different countries. We tried, the Indian government also tried to get one nomenclature, but other countries were not ready to leave their system and call it as Unani. This is basically a comprehensive medical system which meticulously deals with the various states of health and diseases. It provides promotive, preventive, curative, and rehabilitative healthcare. The fundamentals, diagnosis, and treatment modalities of the system are based on scientific principles and holistic concepts of health and healing. Unani considers every individual with unique traits. यानी हर एक पर्सन का मिजाज अलग होता है, एंड उसी हिसाब से मिजाज के हिसाब से ही the treatment is done by the hakim or the doctor. Next, please. I'll skip this next slide, please. We all know that everybody is under stress somehow or the other. आजकल हर एक के कहीं ना कहीं टेंशन रहती है, and this takes a major toll on their health. They are also prone to various kinds of ailments due to the nature of their jobs and responsibilities. A relaxed mind is necessary for a healthy body. This is our saying. To get rid of the stress, taking a vacation occasionally would be a good idea. Hence, while on a vacation, if you get an effective, safe, and pocket-friendly treatment or health-promoting regime, it would be an icing on the cake. Next, please. Why only India? Around 4 million people are coming to India every year for AYUSH treatments. It's a very big number. People from all over the world come to different parts of India in search of herbal treatment, either for rejuvenation or to find a cure. India is blessed with various varied climatic zones and topography, having forests and mountains, deserts and seashores. Getting an AYUSH visa for medical purpose is now very easy these days, thanks to the Indian government policy now. Hence, traveling to India is easier than rest of the countries. India provides the best medical service and AYUSH treatments with state-of-the-art technology. Also, India is deservedly proud of having a large number of highly qualified and skilled Unani doctors. Next, please. Types of treatments that can be offered by Unani. It has various modes, such as Ilaj bin Tadbir, which is the regimenal therapy, Ilaj bin Ghiza, that's dietotherapy, Ilaj bin Dawa, that's pharmacotherapy, and Ilaj bin Yad, that is surgery. These are the different therapies that Unani can offer. Next, please. Ibn Sena, he's R.V. Sena, he's a famous physician. He's written this canon of medicine, which was followed by the allopathic people also for a number of years. He's mentioned 44 regimens in his canon of medicine. Next, please. There's massage, fermentation, irrigation therapy, Turkish bath, bathing, cupping, vivisections. These are all 44 therapies that he's mentioned. This is a list that I'll tell you a brief about some of the main therapies. Next, please. Next slide. See, this is all the therapies that are mentioned in our text, and most of these therapies are being done in India. So some major regimental therapies I'll just explain. Next, please. Go forward. Yeah, this is the massage. That's what is known as dalk. This is soft massage, promotes deep and sleep and has a relaxant effect. Dry and hard massage is deobstruent and increases the blood supply, while the massage with oil relaxes the muscle and softens the skin. All these therapies are somewhat similar to the Ayurveda therapies. It's, just a few of them may be slightly different what Ayurveda has to offer. Next, please. This is takmeet, fermentation. It is a process which keeps the body or part of the body warm. It is a therapeutic application of warmth and moisture, basically to relieve the pain and stiffness. It can be done after a massage therapy. Next, please. This is called Natul, that's irrigation therapy. It is an ancient healing technique that is used to cure eye and neurological issues, memory loss, certain skin problems, gray hair, sleeping problems, migraine, and some other types of allergies. Liquids such as warm oil, milk, buttermilk, or even just water can be used in this type of therapy. It's similar to the Ayurveda Panchkarma. Next, please. This is the same thing, liquids such as warm oil, milk, buttermilk. It's a repetition. Next, please. Next slide. This is a hammam. This is a Turkish bath. It is used for enhancing nutrition, adjusting the body fat, dissolving the waste matter from the body, providing heat to the body, and to initiate sweating. In normal health, a cold bath is preferred. However, to cure ailments like paralysis, a hot bath is highly effective technique. Adding pomegranate flowers, which we call gunnar, in water is highly beneficial. This is ghusl, that's bathing. Bathing with room temperature water is preferably for healthy individuals. A hot bath wherein herbs are added after a massage is generally indicated in patients with paralysis and muscular wasting. Next, please. Hijama. This is one of the most famous regimental therapies nowadays in India. Mostly people are doing this. The procedure of hijama has two types. It's bil shurt, that's wet cupping, and bil shart, which is dry cupping. Wet cupping is where you put an incision and the blood is taken out, and dry cupping is where just the cups are used. So both are effective, but more effective is the where the wet cup is done. Next, please. This is venesection. It's called. It is type of bloodletting. According to Ibn Sina, it is a complete way of evacuation in case of congestion of humors. The process of evacuation is completed once the optimum level of humors in the body is achieved. This is also getting more famous nowadays in India. This fasad. Next, please. This is how what the fasad advantages are. Stimulates the metabolic process, corrects the excess blood pressure, helps the excretion of waste from various parts of the body. Basically, it detoxifies the body. Next, please. Talik, leaching. लीचिंग पहले जमाने में तो आई थिंक हर घर में लोग आवाज लगाते हुए आज जाते थे कि लीच लगा लो. Now this is also a very effective treatment for skin disorders, and many of the AYUSH centers, especially Tibia College and all, where they do these leech therapies. And one thing is that one leech can be only used for one patient. So either the patient takes it back with him and gets it back again when he comes for the next day, or the leech is destroyed. Next, please. This is Tadhin, oiling. In this regimen, medicated oils such as babuna, kusht, malkangni, seer is lasan, kaddu, kahu, banafsha, oils of these are locally applied on the organ. This regimen is recommended to relieve pain, to improve nutrition of skin, and to divert morbid matters from the diseased parts of the body. Next, please. This is Sakub, that's spraying. This regimenal procedure is performed usually over the head or some other parts of the body. In this regimen, medicated decoction of plain water is sprayed from a close distance to the affected part to disperse the morbid matters. Sometimes it is performed to change the temperamental state of an organ. Next, please. This is in kebab, that's the steam application. Here, different herbs are boiled in water and the steam is given to the patient. And the herbs that can be used are the khashkhash seeds, banafsha, dhania, chopchini, depending on what the ailment is. The herb are accordingly used for steam application. And this basically, it can be for any affected part of the body. Next, please. So, Poya, this is the foot bath. In this regimen, the foot is immersed in medicated decoction for treatment of various body ailments. Foot bath, again, different types of herbs or flowers are used for different disorders. And it's good for headache and insomnia. This is sky cauterization. This method is normally avoided these days because it's basically not used by many hakims these days. Next, please. This is Abzan, sits bath. Again, it is basically for the lower part of the body. It's for the treatment of intestinal, rectal, anal, prostate, kidney, urinary bladder, urethral, testicular, vaginal, and uterine diseases. And basically where the bottom part of your body is immersed in water, and maybe you can even add some herbs for it. Next, please. Tariq, diaphoresis. It is a kind of evacuation of waste products from the body through sweating. This is achieved through certain processes such as hot fermentation, hot bath, poultice, exercise, massage, inhalation, etc. And also by using certain drugs internally. This regimen is also useful to reduce body temperature in case of fever and to increase nutrition of the skin. Next, please. This is Kai, vomiting. Emetics are used to cure headaches, migraine, tonsillitis, bronchopneumonia, and also bronchial asthma. This regime also cures mental diseases like mania and melancholia. Sorry. Sometimes this regimen is used in healthy individuals for prophylactic purposes to clean the stomach. Next, please. This is Idare bowl, diuresis. Poisonous matters, waste products, and the excess of humor is excreted through urine. It is indicated in the diseases of heart, liver, and lungs. It is sometimes induced by keeping the patient in a cool environment and applying cold water. Next, please. Ishal, that's purgation. Purgatives and laxatives have been widely used by the Unani physicians for intestinal evacuation in certain diseases. This method has antispasmodic and detoxing effects. In most of the diseases, if we see, There's a in Unani, there's a concept of musil and munzij, where you give before starting any treatment. You tend to have clean the stomach and then start the medicines. Next, please. Riyasat, that's the normal exercise. Physical exercise has certain great importance in the treatment of certain diseases, as well as in the maintenance of the health of an individual. It also prevents the occurrence in certain diseases. Next. The next, that was the regimenal therapy. The next is the diet therapy, or ilaj bin ghiza. That's the treatment through diet. In this module, alterations in the quality and quantity of the diet is suggested. Sometimes the patient are asked to restrict the intake of food. A balanced diet is suggested for malnourished patients. In case of weakness of certain organs, intake of the same organ from animal source is advised. That is, in the weakness of liver, patients are advised to have liver from livestock. Sometimes the patient is even asked to forego food altogether. Next. Then there's pharmacotherapy drugs is through medicines. They may be of plant, animal, or mineral origin. Single drugs as well as compound formulations in the form of safuf, that's powder, haboob, pills, and kurs, tablets, kushtajat oxides, sharbat, syrups, and majun itrifan khamirajats are used in the treatment of various complex and chronic disorders. Depending on what the disorder is, the Hakim will prescribe these medicines. Next, please. And surgery is the fourth line of treatment. Through these Unani therapies, we can attract foreigners into India for medical tourism. Because basically, most of these, where we, like hijama, I told you, most of the countries do not allow to use incisions, unless you're a MBBS doctor. So all these regimens can be, done in India, where there is no restriction as such, and we have qualified Hakims who can do it. And obviously, if we see that along with tourism, they can have treatment, and this is a very good opportunity for AYUSH practitioners to invite foreign patients into India. Thank you very much.
Lajawab, Mohsen bhai, lajawab. Great. Excellent. बेहतरीन. आपने तो पूरा ही कवर कर लिया जो फॉरेनर्स को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए हम लोगों को काम में आएगा. Excellent.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I would like to request Dr. Sakat Kumar Basu from Canada. Dr. Sakat Basu, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma. It is a great pleasure
Welcome.
to be on this platform one more time. Thank you so much, sir. I extend my sincere thanks to all the previous speakers, because they have very nicely illustrated and highlighted most of the important aspects of medical tourist and its potential right now across the world, one in case of Mauritius and particularly one in case of India. So there is little opportunity for me to highlight anything new. But what I'm going to talk about is not just restricted to Ayurvedic medication. I'm going to talk about medical tourism as a whole from the perspective of all over India. Dr. Sharma mentioned about that medical tourism, particularly with respect to Ayurveda, has flourished in Kerala, which is absolutely true and very important. The other competing country for India, which is very much working towards and has been very successful in that particular sense, has been mostly Sri Lanka. Recently, with the tipsy-topsy down, the economic downturn and the medical tourism and tourism as a whole, or the influx of tourism to Sri Lanka, has halted, and it has been directed to a certain extent to India. I wouldn't say that it has established or found everything very much that India has been able to profit from very much from. That is because The pandemic distorted the entire system, and I don't think India was prepared for this. And again, to revive that system takes time. But no doubt, other than India, Sri Lanka, as I mentioned, some parts of sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America has been becoming, and particularly China is also becoming important medical tourism destination. Acupuncture is quite popular among various tourists who visit China, and they really charge quite a good amount of money. And China has been making substantial amount from medical tourism. With perspective from India, the medical tourism can be divided into three parts. There is medical tourism that is, as we have been discussing, that is focused on Ayurveda, Siddhartha, and Unani. Unani is still not much very well known as far as I know to the Western world. Because they are coming for the treatment to mostly the southern Indian state, and it's not just Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Karnataka also has very good establishment of naturopathy, yogic treatments, including Ayurveda and Siddha Yoga. So Siddha has, although Westerners do not really understand the difference of the treatment between Ayurveda and Siddha, but still it is in use, because there is in southern India, there is a mixture of Siddha and Ayurveda applications that is being used. In some parts of Gujarat, this is also being used. So this is one form of medical tourism. The other part of the medical tourism is predominantly medical treatment, which could be diagnostics that is done in India, which means a wide variety of blood tests, heart tests, all kinds of other diagnostic tests, including MRI, imaging, scanning, etc., or modern imaging system that is being done in India. A huge amount of customers, particularly that come to an Eastern Indian state of West Bengal, has been sustaining particularly on medical tourism from Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan, predominantly Bangladesh. And many of them come just for medical advices, treatments, treatment based on medicines. And they have also infiltrated not only into West Bengal, into adjoining Orissa, and more predominantly into Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Bangalore. This is mostly for medical treatment with respect to allopathic medicines. And the third is surgery. This one not only attracts tourists to India or no, from Bangladesh, to Pakistan, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, or Nepal and Bhutan, or from Southeast Asia, but there is a big taker of surgery cases in India as a part of an integrated medical tourism from many Western countries. And I would say, and it is becoming quite popular. And I'm going to highlight why it is so popular. It is because for a few countries other than Canada or some Scandinavian countries, the medical treatment is really quite expensive in these countries. So for many who lives and works in the United States or in Western Europe, sometimes if they cannot avail the government system and they have to undergo surgery, and it is not very well covered in their insurances and stuff, then it becomes very expensive for them. For example, dentistry is so expensive in Western countries that even it is crossing the coverage of a heart surgery. It is even way more expensive than a heart surgery to go for, or a brain surgery to go for in these particular countries. Particularly cosmetic surgeries, changes of gender, like turning from male to female kind of surgery, or female to male. These kind of surgeries are not covered under medical health insurance in Western countries. Why? Because this is not something like a neurosurgery or a brain surgery or a spinal cord surgery or orthopedic or heart surgery or other part of an injury-related surgery, which is essential for your survival. They consider cosmetic kind of a surgery or gender change surgery as outside your major requirement. It is something very special for you. You want to beautify yourself. You want to go for modern surgeries and stuff. You want to change your gender and things like that. This is not being well covered under their insurance schemes, not being well covered about even the government treatment system. So what these people have found is, if they go to countries such as India, Mexico, particularly Thailand has been also a very important destination, where they have very highly qualified doctors who can speak English, who have a good healthcare system, particularly the private healthcare system that has emerged and boomed in India. They are very good in these kind of surgeries, whether it's a cosmetic surgery, whether it's an ornamental surgery, or a gender change surgery, or even heart surgery, brain surgeries and stuff, where the insurance is not covering them very good in the Western countries. They are taking into medical tourism. For these, they need a lot of series of permissions that has to be collected from the parent countries, but it is not very challenging to get these days. Maybe 20 years back, getting permission to do important surgeries in India would have to go through a long drawn process of legalities and formalities. Now these things have become very formalized between these countries, and Indian surgery is considered to be very good in quality. And so many people who could not afford the treatment in the Western countries are coming for main course surgeries, outside gender change surgeries, or outside even dentistry and other works. They're coming into India. Now, the idea is India is a beautiful country to travel, with lots of heritage, culture, traditions to offer, food to offer. So many of them, if they go for a 15 days surgery and then revival period, the next 15 days, their tour operators are engaging into a tourism into that particular state. The idea is that these people are investing by paying for their hospital bills, by paying for their medical treatments. They're staying in the hospital or outside the hospital campus, and there is an investment of money in foreign exchanges that is India is earning. And then, as a part of the recovery, as a part of the mental recovery of the process, because they are coming to a country like India, they're also taking another 2 weeks of travel, which may not be extensive travel. It could be city-based. It could be just going to a meditation center. It could be something like traveling in the rural areas. Whatever it is, whenever foreign nationals are coming into India, whether they're coming as a part of medical tour or as a part of medical tourist perspective of visiting India, both cases are generating money and is helping in building up the local economy. Few of the states which have been successful in this particular model is just not restricted to Kerala. It is Kerala, it is Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, and Bangalore. Particularly Karnataka, and the eastern among the eastern Indian states, the one who has benefited most economically is West Bengal, particularly. And for even critical more surgeries, they have been moving into Delhi. So these are spreading into various areas, and more hospitals are coming. And I believe that down in the coming years, Orissa and Jharkhand, Bihar is also going to become particularly allopathic surgery hubs or allopathic medicine treatment hubs, in addition to the Ayurveda tourism, for which Kerala is pioneering state. But it is not just restricted to Ayurveda treatment. This is my point of view, is that the treatment has crossed into allopathic treatment, and it includes both medicine and surgery. And India stands in a long way in attracting tourists for this, particularly because of the quality of both Ayurvedic medication as well as surgery, and the medicine treatment that they are getting in India is considered to be a world-class quality. Customers are quite happy. And so there is this word of mouth that is spreading in the Western countries. So I am coming for a treatment or a surgery. I have very good experience. I have a very good travel experience. I go back. And this word of mouth has been helping more than spreading it among, officially. Like most people who have come to India for surgeries, medical treatment, Ayurveda is not based on Government of India's advertisement or, these traditional medical fairs that they organize by the various high commissions and embassies sometimes in the Western countries to promote the medical tourism in India. But it is more from the word of mouth. I believe, or I trust my neighbor more, or I trust my family member more when they have visited India or other countries. And if they give me a very good feedback, and if they pass on the contacts that they have used, I would rather like to go, rather like an Indian government saying that we have very good medical tourism facilities, please come to India. So this has helped the growth. There is still a lot of opportunity for this growth, and there is a lot of need for promotional tourism for that, which I don't think that the Indian government has paid enough attention as yet. So many times when we have these meetings, or we are having this International India Fair or Bharat Mahotsav, I think there needs to be a section that highlights on the opportunities of medical tourism in India. And particularly, they are only highlighting mostly on the facilities. They are mostly highlighting on the qualifications of the doctors, the facilities that you get, the tourist places that you are going to visit as a part of an integral tourism program. But I think where this advertisement is not catching up with the Western audience, while they are promoting both allopathy, medicine, Ayurveda, Siddha treatments, or Unani treatment, is the difference of the cost. So how cheaper it is to get a surgery in India, how cheaper it is to get an Ayurvedic treatment in India, particularly compared to the Western economies, or their Western conversion factor for their various currencies, is always missing in those flyers or those posters or those promotion. They need to highlight that it is safe and it is cheaper than your country. where you are undergoing this surgery. Other than these particular weakness, I think there has been a very good promotion of medical tourism in India, both from the perspectives of traditional medicine like Ayurveda, Siddha, and Unani, as well as in case of surgery and medical treatment with allopathy mode of medical treatment. The other important thing that we need to highlight is the negative views of some of the tourists, particularly with respect to Ayurveda treatment in South India, where it is experiencing. So, there are, the government do not really have a control on the quality of the medical treatment provided in many of these auspicious Ayurvedic centers or naturopathy treatment centers across various southern Indian states. They are bringing in a lot of money. The government is enjoying the tax there, or the GSTs, or the state GSTs or the central GSTs that they're making out of it, but they're not making sure that there is regular inspection so that there is no deterioration of the quality. Many of the complaints that I've heard from Western consumers has been on an aspect that they didn't really get very good Ayurvedic treatment. So what they feel was they have been cheated by just being given some massages, some oil massage, some drippings, some puddings, or some kind of a mud pack kind of a treatment associated with yoga. But when they have compared it with Sri Lanka or other countries where they have got a very high quality Ayurvedic treatment, there has been a deterioration of this. This is particularly because of the reason in southern India, in Kerala and other southern Indian states, there has been a springing up. This is not with allopathic medicine, but this is particularly with Ayurvedic treatment, is where there is a huge sprung up or a huge spread of Ayurvedic treatment centers where foreigners are coming, registering. They may be asking less money than compared to the most recognized or expensive one. However, many of this quality of the treatment that they have provided is not very well appreciated. The other part that Ayurvedic treatment facilities in India needs to understand is that many Western country people are not associated very much with the Panchakarma mode of treatment. So if there is a negative effect, particularly with the vomiting and not feeling so well, or their head undergoing spinning and things like that, this may be a part of your treatment, but this has not been very well explained to the consumers who are coming from a very different culture. So they are considering this to be a mumbo jumbo kind of a treatment, like a black magic or something. Is it really a kind of a proper medical treatment? So there needs to be a very nice explanation of the treatment that you are going to your high value customers. If they are paying you in dollars, you need to really explain what is the, like the merits and demerits of the treatment that they are undergoing. And they should be given an option of what they are comfortable with. Many Western tourists are not very comfortable with the Panchakarma mode of treatment. So if they are not liking it, if they are not appreciating it, or if they are not understanding how this Panchakarma works, or they're thinking that it is actually causing negative effect on them, which may be a kind of a hearsay, which may be a kind of a superstition or kind of a bad mouthing, but Ayurvedic treatment providers need to think about that. They come from an entirely different culture when these kind of treatments they have never been exposed to. So if they feel bodily discomfort, they need to modify or they need to simplify in the same sense. For example, I'll give a very simple example. In Western countries, there are also what you call Indian restaurants. If you visit those Indian restaurants, and if you are Indian by origin, you will find the taste to be very mild. They are not spicy enough, they are not hot enough, they are not spiked enough for you. But remember, most of these customers are European origin people. Their only spice to which they are exposed is what you call is the kala mirch, or like they're mostly a little bit of paprika, a little bit of salt, a little bit of galmarich kind of a stuff. They are not exposed to all kinds of different spices. If you add too much of spices, there is a high chance that these people will find this extremely hot. They may have stomach related problems and they are not going to come back to your restaurant anymore. So for that, most restaurants, if you are of Indian origin, they will ask, do you want a traditional Indian? Do you want to spike it up? Do you want it more spices, stronger, flavory? If you tell them, they will make it specially for you. But otherwise, all these butter chicken and all these biryanis and stuff they make are way, way, way milder, made custom design for Western people to stay them because this is their major customer. Same in case of Ayurveda. Ayurveda may have a lot of distinct way of treatment, but many times Western people are not used to it and may not be very comfortable in undergoing those treatments. So there needs to be a reliability of understanding of the cultural practices. The other complaint that I heard from many of these consumers who have come to for medical treatment is they had a very hard time in understanding the Southern Indian English accent. So when you are speaking in a very thick Tamil accent, it is very, very difficult for Western people to actually understand, even if you're speaking in English, the way the word is spoken, it is very difficult for them to understand actually what your instructions are. So I think many of the Southern Indian institutes which have done very good with respect to promoting of Ayurveda medical treatment needs to hire people who can speak proper English, or they can speak softer English that Western visitors or Western customers who are spending a lot of money can understand. It is it is not a way of demoralizing anyone, but even within India, sometimes we find it very difficult to understand people from Southern India speaking in English because they have a very thick, different accent, which is very pro-Tamil, pro-Malayalam, pro-Kannada, and it becomes very, or pro-Telugu, or strongly Telugu accented English, which makes it very difficult for Western consumers to understand. And if they could not understand you, there will be a lot of misunderstandings in between. One of the challenges of Indian businesses are that they want to make a lot of profit, but they do not and look into short-term gains rather than looking into a very long-term gains. Long-term gains means if you can satisfy your customer beyond their expectation by providing them good hospitality, by providing and explaining them in very simple English in which they understand the process that they are undergoing, it is going to make a long-term impact, and you are going to get more patients, more medical tourists coming into that same institute down the line. But if you're scaring them, because they are not being able to understand what you are saying, you need to provide them a written document that this is the treatment that you are going. You also need to provide them with people or even foreign language experts. Say, for example, a Spanish coming from European does not understand English very good. A Portuguese guy coming for treatment in India does not really very understand very clearly English. They are more keen to their languages. And now in India, there is a lot of these training schools where there are trained translators, trained people who can help you with the language translations. The hospitals need to actually include or employ these people to help in the process of communication. And see, if a person of Spanish origin or Latin American origin who understands Spanish well, if you treat them in Spanish language, how much stronger impact it is going to be than in talking to them in English or in thick Southern Indian accent English. It is going to promote the quality. So I think they're not getting these feedbacks. If they get this feedback, I think the treatment would be even more, and the fear and the misunderstanding or the misconception, particularly about Ayurveda and Siddha among some of the Western consumers, will be depleted, and we'll be seeing more and more people coming into the system. So this is where a few areas where India needs to make those improvements. The state governments or the central government needs to set up inspectors who go into these institutes and check about the quality of their treatment is being provided. Like, you can earn money, but that is going to be a very short term. We are looking for long-term gains. And if there is long-term gain, the government, both central and the state governments, need to take some pains in having inspector or a quality control mechanism that can go and check into and suggest to them what kind of modification and changes they need. They need the feedback from their customers also, that where they are lacking, where they are not being able to reach them. The Ayurvedic treatment is same whether you do it in Kerala or in West Bengal or in Gujarat or in Tamil Nadu. But how you reach the customer more conveniently is going to boost medical tourism in India down the long run in a more significant way. And as Ayurveda and the Ayush form of system of medicine is getting more and increasingly popular, and it is affordable to a lot of these Western customers who are coming into the country, both as a part of an integrated medical and tourism aspect visiting India, we need to think about making those changes and improvements in our services so that we can attract more numbers in the long run and increase our profit margin by providing quality services. Never compromise with your quality, then you are going to lose your customers down the line, because word of mouth is very powerful. No matter how many advertisements Indian government make or a particular institute make on social media, newspapers, or on foreign media, I am always going to believe my neighbor. I'm always going to believe my relatives. I'm always going to believe my friend who has visited this country. With this, I conclude my presentation. Once again, thanks to Ayush Samriddhi for giving me this platform to exchange my view. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Saikath. Excellent. You have means a great tempo, great accent. मतलब
Thank you.
बंगाल में रह के ये फील नहीं होता कि आप कहीं से भी बंगाली हो. जय महाराज.
Thank you.
गजब गजब. अगर अब अग्निहोत्री सर से 5 मिनट परमिशन मैं चाहता हूँ हील इन इंडिया दिखाने के लिए.
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत स्वागत है, स्वागत है.
Thank you, Agniotri ji.
We invite you. Yes, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate your one sentence, that is, if the tourists are given the treatment in India with the language they understand, it will affect a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. This is the feedback I got from many of the tourists who have come for medical treatment in India.
This is great thing. And now app and the Google app and all these, they are also doing work. Voice translator. They can do the same to some extent.
Of course, but I think, you have trained boys and girls who are coming out of, like, this is also an employment opportunity.
Yes,
unfortunately, in India, like most of the businessmen, most of the industrialists, they look very short-term gain. Only I am getting this batch of money, I can make it. They do not think very long-term like the Chinese do. Chinese think for next 100 years. India think for next 2 years. This is the problem. So this is where we need to change. When you are welcoming tourists,
they are prone
enough
to learn and to communicate. The boys and girls of youngsters, they are prone enough to get and
there are multiple institutes now in India that provide very high quality foreign language training, and these people also need employment. So they could be a medical transcriber and help in the process of providing information, because sometimes if you are giving me instruction in Tamil and I am a Bengali, it is a disaster for me, because I could not understand anything that you are speaking, right? So this is where even the English does not help. Because if your language is very heavily accented, the foreigner does not understand what you are talking about, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I invite Professor Pawan Kumar Sharma ji for very special comment and suggestion of his knowledge and experience to this platform. Welcome, sir.
Today the theme was Heal in India or Heal by India. Heal in India is the project from government for which they have created Advantage Healthcare India site completely. Okay. In home, we can see everybody can search hospital, doctor, treatment, facilitators. Just see modern treatment. Everything is cardiology, traditional treatment in traditional orthopedic. Pardon? Facilitator list and complete patient journey. How you do. Start your medical journey in India, Advantage India, search treatment option, connect with medical facilitators, share medical history with doctors, schedule appointment, finalize medical visa, fly to India, receive treatment, return home and seek post-operative care. These are the stages of complete patient journey under medical visa for Heal by India or Heal in India, whatever it may be. Now, I would like to explain the system as modus operandi was already explained by us at present. Hospitals. Now, they have enrolled so many hospitals. All hospitals, just see Max, Vaidya Ayurved Guru Private Limited, Karnal. Ayurved is also established in 1996. Bed is 10. Just see the example. Only 10 beds in Karnal Ayurvedic Clinic or hospital. Dental, wellness, Yarnath, Greater Noida Wellness Hospital. What else government can do, I don't know. We have to reach the government. Now, facilitators come. Just see. These are some companies, A plus, Al Shifa, Anargya, means they are how many hospitals they are engaged with and how many patients have served. This is also there. Al Shifa, 56 hospital, 55,000 patients served already. So these are the facilitators list. Anybody can search there. Now comes to the वही रोगी पाद चतुष्टयम विषक द्रव्याणि उपस्थाता वो पूरा गवर्नमेंट ने यहाँ करके रखा है. Just see the doctors. We should have to enroll ourselves. That is also there. Of urology, surgery, senior director, everybody is there. Means Ayurveda is also there. Ayurveda is not excluded here. Now see treatment. Arogya Sala allopathic. Aesthetic and reconstructive surgery. Agad Tantra, allopathic. Just see. Agad Tantra, allopathic. Ayurveda. Both. Allergy, anesthesia. What we need. Anything can be searched here and patient can get benefit by this site. Travel information. Just see. Visa information. Flight information. EFPR. ERFRPO, Foreigner Regional Registration Office, FRRO, Foreigner Registration Office. So visa and immigration, here this is also online, create user ID, authenticate like this, and as every form we are submitting, this is available on government site EFFRRO. Then comes to directory. Air ambulance. Just see the concept and vision. What else we need? We have to utilize and recommend and circulate these facilities from the government. Just see, these are the companies arranging air ambulances, how many planes they have, and how many patients they have already treated. This all data is available on government site. Lodging facility. What else we need? Just see. Lodging facility. Nidhi. Nidhi portals is there. Nidhi portal is for lodging facility. Extra portal. FAQ. Contact partners. Here, if you want to be partner for this scheme, please send expression of interest to government, hospital, facilitator. This is Heal in India. This is Heal in India. Means they have already arranged everything for foreigners. Unani Ayurvedic persons has to take benefit of this site. Am I wrong, Mohsin Sahib? Every facility they have arranged. Air ambulance, lodging, patient, doctor, treatment, and Unani Ayurveda. One example we have seen, but Unani hospital should also be there. But unfortunately, we are not maintaining our standards, and generally government is forcing now to get NABH for their hospitals. If NABH standard is there, government facilities can be availed on the basis of that NABH registration of any clinic or any hospital. That is the most important issue. If NABH will be accepted by all private Ayurveda and Unani college and Siddha colleges, please believe me, there will not be any vacancy in their IPD hospitals. This is my dream. This is my dream. Because my daughter is studying in Bangalore, Sri Ayurvedic Institute. Now she is in BMS final. Due to Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji, their hospitals is absolutely packed up by foreigners. Foreigners are coming here for satsang and they are going for rejuvenation in Ayurvedic hospital. Both are interlinked. Satsang, spiritual journey, religious rituals, as well as Ayurveda. So if Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, hospitals, particularly private hospitals, we can't force to the government, but particularly private hospitals, if they are ready to get NABH or they are ready to maintain their quality up standard, definitely government is ready to support. But I don't know, Mohsin Sahib is our guide from Delhi. So now he will guide us in next program that actually what is the chakkar, how this can be availed from Delhi. The key trade secret will be guided by Mohsin Sahib. I hope this is just a glimpse I have shown you, but the government has already planned right from air ambulance, lodging, treatment, doctor, hospital, everything they have planned, and e-visa also, FRRO also. So, Mohsin Sahib, your comments, please.
Very true, Sharma ji. Not many people are aware of this facilities that are being offered by the government. And ISCO, I think we should promote this in all the WhatsApp groups, because if you see, it's a very exhaustive list that this site has. लेकिन इसमें अभी I think awareness नहीं है. There is some.
हम लोगों को भी सबसे पहले तो हम लोगों को इस लिस्ट में होना चाहिए.
Right. तो वो ये ना अब आदमी सोचता है यार कौन इसको करे, but it is a very good opportunity for all the hospitals, for all the practitioners, you know, who have these centers of wellness centers to promote the system. And it's so easy, you know, you can apply, everything is online, you can apply, get your registration done. आपकी publicity भी हो रही है, you know, somebody can look for you and obviously get in touch with you. It is जैसे अभी कहा था कि it's basically more on faith and word of mouth. So, but this, when somebody is posted on this site, it's a government site. So definitely the person who's looking at the site will definitely know that this is an authentic person that I'm going to or authentic center that I'll be forwarded to. So I think this site
should be example, Mohsin bhai, just see the example. 8,25,800 approximately medical visas issued from 19 to 21 within 2 years, and we are unaware of this activity. Number one. True. 1,600 NABH accredited hospitals are engaged with this scheme. 165 countries listed on e-medical visa. If now this is the right time, we should take this opportunity serious. Right. We should not ignore it.
True.
Sakat ji, what is your opinion? Dr. Sakat Basu.
Yes, I think, just a minute. I think like there needs to be a monitoring. I think there is a lack of medical monitoring in various parts, which is causing deterioration of the quality of Ayurveda treatment in some of these centers, which is providing a bad name to the industry. So there should be a comprehensive monitoring, and the institutes which are providing and making so much money by giving treatment to foreigners should be answerable to someone, either to a Ayush ministry or to the Ayush ministry of the state or somewhere, because there is now not much of monitoring, and there is no, no one is responsible for what is going on and stuff. This gives you or leaves a space for deterioration in the quality. So you are making money, but you are not answerable to anyone. This, I don't think, is a good thing for the spread and establishment of the industry on a long-term basis. So there, I think there should be some stringent monitoring through some system, whether the Ayush ministry takes it apart, or the state or the central government takes apart, or there could be an independent organization that takes care of visiting and looking into the quality.
NABH. One independent organization has already been created, NABH.
Yeah.
So NABH audit is compulsory if once it is availed. That means You have to go for an NABH audit every year, very strict audit. And that's why Ayush person is ignoring it or avoiding it.
Yeah, I think this is not the right approach. You are very, very right.
It
So
is not expensive, but it is not expensive, but it is definitely executable.
Yeah. I think the government needs to put its foot down and create a pressure that everyone that undergoes or provides that kind of a treatment has to get an accreditation every year or every 2 years about the quality of their performance on the basis of the feedbacks, on the physical observation, virtual observation of the quality of the treatment provided. Because otherwise it becomes like, as in many Western countries are saying, is sometimes it is becoming a mumbo jumbo kind of a thing. So there needs to be a strong evaluation from the government.
Excellent. Dr. Agnihotri sir. ये वैसे मोहसिन भाई आज मैंने साइड पहली बार देखी है. हाँ, जब मैंने
to tell you frankly, I also did not know about this.
हाँ, तो मैंने भी जब मैंने पूरे तीनों स्पीच में देखा कि हील इन इंडिया की जानकारी नहीं मिल पाई, तो मैं इंटरनेट में खोजने घुस गया कि क्या है ये, चक्कर क्या है आगे. लोग बात कह रहे हैं.
I think we should have one webinar on this also.
Yes. And इसका इंचार्ज कौन है दिल्ली में पता लगाइए आप. इसका इंचार्ज कौन है, अपन उनको बुलाएंगे पूरी.
ठीक है. I'll go through this, and I think we should promote this site also in all our social media groups.
बहुत अच्छा.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor Panchamaji. I think our respected Prime Minister, sir, and his PMO, along with so many IAS and secretaries, are keen enough to really make sure the word and words meaning of uttered by our Prime Minister. This is the fact. That's why the information available on media might be existing to some extent. And this is the real that it has been displayed over the media information sector. And PMO might be having a lot of things. On these basis, our Prime Minister might have told that if the medical visa is really issued, our India will be rich in for so many ways of promotion of AYUSH as such, or whatever the tourist place or religious and historical places are there, they will also be visited. But and the recipes, international and Indian recipes, will also be enjoyed by these tourists. Our aim is that whatever pathy we are here holding as a part of knowledge to share with them, the persons coming from means well fed up of their treatment pathy, they should be given a warm, say, response, welcome, stay, and memories. If they visit Rishikesh, Badrinath, or Chardham, or Piran Kaliyar, or Ganges, everything is much more attractive for these foreigners, along with the supportive treatment, which is definitely said by Dr. Basu that it is much more cheaper to the other countries. Of course, even the allopathic surgery and all that. So our whole concept of this today's say webinar's topic, that India must be ready enough to host all these tourists along with our medical pathy, along with our tourist places and our recipes as such. Rather, we should also advocate the so many types of recipes which are here. Buses are saying that little spicy recipes are there in India, of course, for in North Indian system or Indians, for the foreigners and for the Indians. So should be here. We go for the continental foods, we go for the Chinese food and all that. So in the same manner, we can provide the best quality of our AYUSH pathy's output along with the hospitality. This is what the I think the submission of our all the learned speakers submission. So thank you so much, and I think today those who have not yes, Doctor
प्रोसेस समझाएंगे और फॉरेनर वालों को सबको एक करेंगे, लेकिन इसकी एक वेबिनार होना और अच्छा रहेगा.
जी.
Excuse me, sir.
जी.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Dr. Hema here.
I was inviting you in the same manner. Yeah.
Yes, please tell me. Please tell us.
Yes, sir. I would like to share my experience after coming here. Actually, people are very well driven to yoga and meditation rather than Ayurveda. They are also following Ayurveda, but more than that, they are most driven to yoga and meditation. And as we engage with dialogues with people here, they are liking to visit India to learn more of the meditation types of meditation. And I have visited India in 2024 to learn the wisdom and traditions of our Indian culture. So it is a very glad thing to hear from people here. And I'm also here about the chakras and mudras. And he's so much interested in knowing more. So I'm happy to spread these lights to the Western people also. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Emma, for your inputs. I would like to request, वो यूनानी में डॉक्टर साहब जानते हैं मोहसिन साहब, मैं राजीव जी को बुलाना चाहता हूँ. डॉक्टर राजीव गायकवाड़ जी, इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल, क्या आपकी वेटरनरी लाइन में भी मेडिकल टूरिज्म है? डॉक्टर राजीव गायकवाड़ जी, सीनियर मोस्ट वेटरनरियन फ्रॉम मुंबई, इफ यू आर अवेलेबल. वेटरनरी में भी क्या लोग अपने जानवरों को लेके एक कंट्री से दूसरी कंट्री जाते हैं क्या?
जाते हैं.
हो सकता है, मैं नहीं जानता, क्योंकि करोड़पति कुछ भी कर सकता है सर. जब हमारे यहाँ पीजी हॉस्पिटल में एमएलए के डॉग का डायलिसिस हो सकता है, तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. गायकवाड़ जी नमस्कार. नमस्कार.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
नमस्कार सर. In veterinary also there is a now tourism. Many places it is a part of agriculture tourism. So agriculture and allied veterinary tourism is also there. Some farms exposures is there. People are now coming to visiting various hospitals actually, and even migration of the people for the veterinary therapeutic management of their pets. They, even at our place also, many people are coming from across the India. They are coming, and there was also query from the other countries also. So it is there. It is going on actually. But comparatively facility wise, etc., it is a variation is there. Whereas I am getting a sometime referral from Australia also, as well as one case was there from the UK also. So such communication is there. So it is in the process, you can say. But it is a good opportunity for our field also. And day by day it is improving. Now our clinics also, there are many clinics are there, which are having a dialysis facility. Recently even cardiac surgery was also done in Mumbai actually. So many things are going on actually. So advancements are there, and even in our college also there is a facility for nuclear medicine, imaging, etc. So these things are there.
Thank you. Thank you. I salute your zeal. I hope you are on driving seat.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. मोहसिन साहब, अपने साथ यूनानी के कुछ लोग जुड़े हुए हैं, आप यदि जानते हैं तो प्लीज कॉल.
Dr. Ashik Munshi, I don't know if he's online. Dr. Ashik Munshi.
Yeah. Actually, it was a nice, all the speakers have given a good deliberation on this topic. And from the Unani point of view, and actually not only from the Unani point of view, actually from the AYUSH point of view, I want to just to tell one thing, that we are confusing the Western people with different system of medicines, approaching them with Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha. Why not we go them with this single, this acronym, this AYUSH? And when we say them that this is Ayurveda, another people go them with Unani. And when there are very less differences in the principles of treatment, why don't we go with this common name with AYUSH with to them? And number two, once we are in the AYUSH system of medicine, we have to integrate within the system, interdisciplinary integration. That means AYUSH people should have the interdisciplinary in the terms of like Unani, Ayurveda, Siddha. Once Ayurveda people will go with the good this practice of this Unani people will go with the good practice of this Siddha treatment, and that means interdisciplinary approach. And you see now we have latest this NMC. They are heading towards this adopting this AYUSH research, collaborative researches with AYUSH people. And but we are, to me, we are confusing the Western people with different names. We have a common name given by the government, that AYUSH. Why not we approach them with this theme that AYUSH is? We have there are less these differences in the principles of treatment. If you see suppose regimental and panchakarma, I don't see there is any much differences in such treatments. Talak, Riyazat, whatever with panchakarma, there is leaching, there is this, this Nisya, we say Natul, they say Shirudara, all the very less differences there. So I think we should consider on these things. And yes, one thing, yoga and meditation, they are really giving good this opportunity for this medical. In case of, I am actually from Kashmir, we have very lot of scope for medical tourism here. We have some places where government has established these AYUSH health and wellness centers, like in Pahalgam, in Gulmarg, and Sonamarg, and they are concentrating. Recently, this AYUSH secretary has visited here, and he had concentrated much on these things. And I think we should have a collaborative approach to promote this AYUSH tourism rather than the tourism like Ayurveda tourism, Unani tourism. Should have a common name, AYUSH tourism. So
that is why they have told, they have not told Unani or Ayurveda tourism. They have told heal in India, heal by India. Whatever the pathy will be, heal in India and heal by India. Two concepts are different. At present, we are the street food hawkers. बिरयानी अलग खा लीजिए, चाट पकौड़ी अलग खा लीजिए, रोड पे सब दुकानें हैं. और हम अभी सपना देख रहे हैं 5-स्टार फूड कोर्ट का. देखिए मैं बड़े लाइटर मूड में बोल रहा हूँ. 5-स्टार फूड कोर्ट में एक ही जगह आपको सब जगह मिल जाती हैं, लेकिन प्राइस थोड़ी ज्यादा होती है. स्ट्रीट पे आपको सब अलग अलग मिलता है. छोले कुलचे अलग मिलेगा, बिरयानी अलग मिलेगा, आपको चाट पकौड़ी अलग मिलेगा, लेकिन आदमी उसका भी अलग है कैटेगरी, उसका भी अलग है कैटेगरी, दोनों की कैटेगरी बिल्कुल अलग है. तो मेरा मानना यह है कि हम लोग सचेत होकर इन सुविधाओं का यूज करें. बस मैं इतना चाहता हूं. पहले अवेयर तो हो, हम डॉक्टर्स ही अवेयर नहीं, हॉस्पिटल्स अवेयर नहीं, उनको अवेयर करने पे हम लग जाएं कि भाई आप कैसे भी ठीक करो उसको, ठीक करके भेजो. एक साथ 500 एक्सपर्ट आप उसको देखो. आपका कंसेप्ट बहुत सही है कि आदमी को कंफ्यूज मत करो. इसीलिए अपने यहाँ शब्द है हील इन इंडिया, हील बाय इंडिया. लेकिन ये हमेशा रहेगा डॉक्टर साहब कि मेनू में चॉइस अपनी अपनी रहेगी. देखिए उनके डॉक्टर्स में, हॉस्पिटल्स में सब तरह के हॉस्पिटल और डॉक्टर है. अब ये आदमी की चॉइस है कि वो यूनानी को पसंद करता है, कि वो आदमी सिद्धा को पसंद करता है, और ये बाय ट्रेडिशन है.
Actually, that is what I mean to say, that we have to give them the facility under one roof. That means we have to integrate between ourselves.
Yes, yeah. I am 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. एक जगह मिल जाएगा आदमी को तो उसको भी संतुष्टि होगी, satisfaction होगा, and he will be satisfied and he will return satisfied with the India, from the India.
I have seen a private institute in Calcutta, Naturoveda,
Khalid Bhai.
Yes, where
all three persons sit together.
Yes, Ayurveda, Unani, homeopathy, and you have the option of going into either pathy. तो ये अच्छा है. This is what the concept should be. that he should have the choice. It should be under one roof, and where he has the choice to go into whatever system he wants to go into.
Same I have heard about Lavanya. Lavanya is a cancer hospital in Lucknow, and they have 8 or 10 rooms, right from allopathy, Ayurveda, acupressure, acupuncture, spiritual therapy, mental therapy, पूरा कैंसर पेशेंट को 8 रूमों में घुमा के उसकी जांच करते हैं. तो वो भी एक अलग कंसेप्ट है, ऐसा होना चाहिए. अग्निहोत्री.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very good thoughts are coming in. I think in this connection, a basic start has taken place at the district hospitals level. Allopathic hospital having essentially in Uttar Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, one Ayurvedic medical officer's seat, senior medical officer seat, and female doctor seat, AYUSH wing, along with homeopathy. AYUSH United dispensaries are also there, but not at district hospital level. But this integration has started and running for the last 20-30 years. Now at district hospital, otherwise it was at CHO, community health officer, along with the allopathic hospital, allopathic doctors. So this is very good suggestion. And I think that there is not so far when this integration type of all the pathies.
इसकी गवर्निंग बॉडी देख लीजिए सर, थोड़ी गवर्निंग बॉडी देख लीजिए. आयुष का सेक्रेटरी भी है, मेंबर, टीबीडी वाइज सेक्रेटरी. ये देखिए आयुष भी है इसमें, है ना आयुष? तो इसमें कितने सारे लोग हैं सर. देखिए राइट फ्रॉम सेक्रेटरी ऑफ फैमिली वेलफेयर, टूरिज्म, सिविल एविएशन, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स, इंश्योरेंस, एम्स, QCI, CEO इन्वेस्ट इंडिया, Health and Family Welfare Secretary, Principal Secretary, Additional Chief Secretary, Principal Secretary, Public Health.
Who is not? Everybody is
कौन
there.
नहीं है ये बताइए ना. आयुष भी है, एलोपैथी भी है, सब है, अपने सब कुछ है. अच्छा
हो चुका है, सिद्धांत रूप में इंटीग्रेशन हो गया.
सर फर्क इतना है कि जो जिनके लिए ये सुविधा बनाई है उन तक गवर्नमेंट पहुंचने में नाकामयाब. अरे ये डॉक्टरों को तो हम लोगों को बताना चाहिए ना कि हम लोगों ने ये स्कीम की है, हम लोगों के लिए ट्रेनिंग होना चाहिए. तो ना डॉक्टर जानते हैं, ना हॉस्पिटल वाले जानते हैं, ना फैसिलिटेटर जानते हैं. जो छोटे छोटे रूप में है, फिर भी 8 लाख लोग 2 साल में ठीक होके जा चुके. यदि जान जाएंगे तो करोड़ों में होगा सर. ये
that we need to take some these survey projectors outside India. Suppose these just about the knowledge cap studies, knowledge, attitude, and practice about the systems of medicine among the Western people. Such type we can get. Just where I have done my one of my this my thesis topic was this knowledge, attitude, and utilization of Unani system medicine among the developers of Bangalore. Such type of research if you conduct, and I found a very not good encouraging results among the Indian people about our system of medicines. When we are not aware, our Indian people are not aware about our system of medicine. So we should actually do some such surveys and such types of things. If some of our people are in Western countries doing the medical practice, in addition to medical practice, they should go for such type of these research projects, cross-sectional studies. I mean.
Excellent, excellent. Bangalore में तो NIUM कितना बड़ा है, एकर्स में. ओ बाप रे बाप. Great,
actually,
great.
Yes, I have done my PG from NIUM, and I was the first person who took this opportunity. I myself proposed my this guide that I will go for this topic. Actually, I have done from preventive social medicine, and I proposed this topic for myself that I will go for this knowledge and awareness and utilization about this Unani system of medicine. And that is way, once we get this data and we see how our people are first aware about our system of medicine, then we will think of these Western people and go for this medical tourism or Ayush tourism. First, we have to propagate this system in our own this country?
No, it is not possible. Just see, हमारे यहाँ एक कहावत है, घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर, आपके लिए भी है। तो हम लोग यहाँ के लिए घर की मुर्गी हैं, लेकिन बाहर वालों के लिए हम बिरयानी है। दोनों में अंतर है। और दूसरा भी है, एक कहावत हिंदी में भी है, घर का जोगी जोगड़ा, आन गांव का पीर। माने घर का जो भी साधु बड़ा अच्छा स्पिरिचुअल लीडर होगा, उसको कोई नहीं मानता। बाहर का कोई कपड़ा पहन के भी आ जाए ना नकली, उसको भी लोग मानते हैं। तो इसीलिए वो अच्छा है कि हम 190 कंट्रीज में तो कम से कम माने जाए, अपनी इंडिया में भले न माने जाए। ये आयुर्वेद की भी हालत है और उसकी भी हालत है। अग्निहोत्री सर।
And I would like to say one more thing.
मोहसिन साहब से एक रिक्वेस्ट है, आशिक साहब का नंबर जरूर भेज दीजिएगा मुझे, कृपा हो। अच्छा बोलते हैं।
In the same condition, I would like to appreciate one point which has been raised by Dr. Hema Malini ji, that in her experience, now she is presently there in Germany, that persons are more inclined towards yoga, meditation, and performing yoga and every these things which are based on the yoga asanas and all that. And I would like to add one thing, that she must appreciate that this could only be possible even after having a knowledge of decades or 100 years or more years. Simply because for last 9 years celebration of IY Day. This is the International Yoga Days celebration, which made the yogic knowledge to that extent that the other country persons are knowing well and inclined to get more and more deep knowledge and meditation process and coming India. But as far as the Ayurveda is concerned, when the Ayurveda will be so popular, they will appreciate Ayurveda and will come forward.
कभी नहीं होगा, कभी नहीं होगा।
हो भले ही ना,
लेकिन मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ सर, मैं इंगुली इसीलिए उठा रहा हूँ क्योंकि आयुर्वेद यूनानी इन्वेसिव मेथड्स है, अंदर खाना है आपको। योगा में आपने खाने को कुछ नहीं दिया,
पहले तो दिमाग लगाना है।
काइंडली लेट मी कंप्लीट डॉक्टर हेमा, काइंडली लेट मी कंप्लीट डॉक्टर हेमा। हाँ, तो आयुर्वेद और यूनानी को योगा की स्टेज में पहुंचने में बरसों लगेंगे सर। क्यों? क्योंकि वो केवल एक्सरसाइज है, वो केवल पोस्चर्स हैं, उसमें हम कुछ भी चीज पेशेंट को खाने को नहीं दे रहे, जहां डाउट क्रिएट होता है। ये वी आर इन डाउट, मतलब अपनी आइडेंटिटी डाउट में है कि हम असली इंग्रेडिएंट मिला।
हाँ, ये बात तो है।
आप म्यूट हो गए शर्मा जी, आप म्यूट हो गए।
सॉरी। तो हमारा आयुर्वेद अभी योगा के लिए अच्छा, ये मोदी जी ने बुद्धि का काम किया सर, बिना दवा की चूरन चटनी पहले प्रमोट कर दी, अब दवा वाली बाद में आएगी हम लोगों की।
एक बार बोलो आ जाए अपनी गिरफ्त में फिर।
हाँ हेमा जी, डॉक्टर हेमा मालिनी।
Yes sir, actually I would comment on this, like here the education, here the people have a subject on the religion. Every religion, they are the children are learning on the religion. So my opinion is, from the base, from the childhood itself, like in their schooling, when they get the knowledge of this different systems of medicines used, different systems integration, the treatments used in different countries, like the religion, what we learn from the younger age. When the children have the exposure from the early age, they'll be knowing that China has this kind of medicine, India has these varieties of medicines, these kinds of traditional sciences, esoteric sciences. So these has to be inculcated from their childhood. Only then it can reach the people, not from the people who are in our generation, because anything cannot be just put forth in a straight away. We can't just inculcate very in a rude, harsh manner. It has to be bloomed like from the tender age. They need to know, and they need to choose which one is best for us, which one is best for the healing. As you eminent speakers said just before, we have 8 rooms and we have to choose which one is best for our emotional or physical well-being. So likewise, the child has to choose for that. The child needs so much of education from the early age about these kinds of treatments, Ayurveda or yoga or meditation or singing bowl from the Tibet. So many healing therapies are there, and we need to know from the base, and it has to be given to the children. And one more thing I like to emphasize is, when the Western people are so much driven to all the spirituality and these kind of relaxation therapies, we should not guide them in a different way. We should show them the right path, and we should not lead them in a different way for the material gains. So that also I see people may mislead them for the material gains. That was also said in our session. So that point also, we have to maintain our integrity in this area. This is what my point is, sir. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, for sharing my opinion. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Agnihotra, sir.
Sir, she also made very clear that this is the basic of that country. The youngsters are taught for this information based on religion.
These are our
based
dreams,
on
sir. These are our dreams.
Yes.
Because our youngsters are aware after 10 or 12th for competitive exam, they are reading everything in general knowledge.
Yes.
Yes, government,
for
UPSC,
civil
civil
service.
services. But they are not inclined because availability is not there.
And they are in foreign countries.
There will be no one Siddha expert. In some villages, there are no Unani expert, no Ayurveda expert. So how can we choose? There is no choice on us. Yes, Amazon is there, Flipkart is there. We can select and call anything. That is a separate issue. Otherwise, no Ayurvedic doctor, no Unani doctor, no Siddha doctors are available everywhere. That is the problem.
In such cases, in the remotest areas, the only Jhola Chhap Chikitsak Vaid Hakim roamer is the best choice. Is the best choice. He takes all pains, and then afterwards he can refer to the higher centers, because he is the easiest person to available.
Yes, in the remote areas, normally it's the folk जो हम कहते हैं ना, folk claim. वहाँ तो वो इतनी अच्छी उनकी knowledge होती है वहाँ के जो uneducated जो हकीम झोला छाप
unregistered.
हाँ, traditional hakim. Sorry, I just could not recollect the name. The traditional hakim with the bags. They have, I think they have more knowledge than the educated. I'm sorry to say, but they have more knowledge than the educated VUMS or BAMS doctors.
And even for snake bite, even for snake bite cases.
And unfortunately, they don't share the knowledge. ये बड़ी मुसीबत है हम लोगों के सिस्टम में कि ये छुपाते हैं कि कौन सी जड़ी बूटी है, इसका नाम क्या है. मिनिस्ट्रीज हालांकि CCRAS और CCRUM भी इसमें फोक क्लेम्स को एक कलेक्शन भी करी है.
ट्रेडिशनल हीलर का रजिस्ट्रेशन शुरू हो गया है सर.
अच्छा, ओके. बट ये अपनी नॉलेज शेयर नहीं करते. दैट इज द डिसएडवांटेज. They have so many good, I think, treatments जो हम लोग दूर दूर तक सोच भी नहीं सकते. But they do not share them.
मैं थाईलैंड के कन्वेंशन में गया था साहब, वहाँ 60% ट्रेडिशनल हीलर्स को अवार्ड मिला था, 40% डिग्री होल्डर्स. इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग ट्रेडिशनल हीलर है वो. चलिए, बहुत अच्छा रहा आज का सेशन. अग्निहोत्री सर.
Yes, in this way we came to know about so many knowledges and knowledgeable persons regarding all the pathies existing in India, and we are here to promote all these pathies for the greater cause of the suffering humanity, may it be Indian and may it be of any country, countrymen. We are open-hearted, and we are waiting on today's International Tourist Day, that whenever they become our tourists, we will be lucky enough to be host of them. And with these words, I think our guest speakers made all justice to provide knowledge to us all of both the webinars. topic. So thank you so much. And
और बन
yes,
गया
yeah, thank you.
इस वेबसाइट से इंटरलिंक करके ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को, हॉस्पिटल्स को, डॉक्टर्स को, फैसिलिटेटर्स को हमारे मंच के माध्यम से हम गवर्नमेंट से जोड़ेंगे।
बिल्कुल ठीक, बिल्कुल
ठीक है ना सर?
जी।
थैंक यू वेरी
With
मच।
these note, thank you all. Thank you and Sharma ji, and good night.